Today's guest is from Camden, New Jersey, and went on to play running back at the University of West Virginia, where he holds the record for rushing yards in a career, over 5,000. And he had 2,800-yard games in his career at West Virginia. That led him to the NFL, the Detroit Lions, the Miami Dolphins, before heading up north to the Montreal Alouettes and the Hamilton Ticats. He's a two-time Grey Cup winner, and a three-time Eastern All-Star. Welcome to the show, Avon Cobourne. Welcome, brother.
My man, 50 grand. What's up with you, Nick?
I'm good. How you doing?
Great, man. I mean, God is good, man. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain, man. There's so many other people going through things that, I'm not even seeing. God is good to me. I ain't gonna lie to you, boss.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, the last episode I went through with Marquay McDaniel, and he's not a guy that talks a lot, but he opened up on here. But you were a guy who talked a lot, and I'm pretty sure you still talk a lot. Talk to me about it.
Hey, man, you know, one of those things, it's funny because I wasn't a big talker. I really wasn't. I really wasn't. But then I realized, like we talked about, in the pre-show, that I didn't have all the skills. So I had to do something to market myself a little bit better. You know what I mean? And I knew what my limitations was. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about it. And then, obviously when I started talking, if I'm not going to put up, my teammates going to tell me to shut up. My coach is going to tell me to shut up. Like, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do and you out here talking. But, I backed it up. So that was that's why I talked a lot, because I knew I had some, and again, we all have our things that we're not good at. And I'm like, I know what my limitations are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk these people to death, and it's going to make them play better.
My cousin, Tacoma Fontaine, who played arena football for a long time, and growing up and watching him play and just seeing how he was with the fans and how he interacted made a huge impact on me, and that kind of helped create my game. And one of the things is he always talked about being an entertainer, not just an athlete. He's like, man, everybody's great. There's like, when you get to the pro level, pretty much everybody can play to a certain degree. There's not much a huge difference, but when you put the entertainer in there as well and you entertain fans, I look at guys like Andre Dury and Brandon Smith, and there's probably countless other guys that had great careers, but since they didn't talk or didn't really entertain the fans outside of just going out there and just being really good at what they did, it kind of hurt them in the long run because the media wasn't pubbing them. They probably didn't get enough all-stars as they deserved and things like that. How you feel about that?
No, I'm with you, man, because that's the thing. Like, they say publicity is all good, even though it's negative. Because again, what happens is it puts you out there, and like you said, there's probably a lot of players that didn't talk as much as and they probably should. Their game spoke for them. I mean, as players, we know balling when we see one. Like, oh, this cat is legit. Yeah. But it doesn't go any further than that. Like, yeah, you'll get respect, but respect don't get you endorsement deals. Respect don't build your brand. What I mean? Respect from us. You'll have it, but you're not gonna get the other perks that come with, what I'm saying, playing the game. And what like you said, I wanted to be well rounded. My major was marketing. Okay. So and I don't remember very much from college because I went to school to play ball like most of us did. But some of the things I did remember is that you got to put things out there for people to grab onto. And one of the things that it kind of brought me back, because when Tress came to the Alouettes, that's kind of when I started playing, when Mark Tressman was there. He was like, perception is reality. What you say, like how people think you are is, how people think you are. Yeah. And for me, it was like, really? Because I mean, at that time, I'm like, okay, I got a couple business I'm trying to pub, so I want people to think that I'm brash, outlandish,
larger than life.
Larger than life. So now it's like, it's not just about me. They're like, oh, well, what else he got going on? So that just opened up other doors for me, as far as different projects I was working on, while I was playing ball. So yeah, man, I think it does help you. I mean, obviously it hurts you when you talking and your game ain't showing up. You know what I mean? And I was just fortunate that I had a good team around me. You know what I mean? And my game showed up most of the time. You know what I mean? When I start talking and it's funny because the games I really didn't have that energy, I didn't play well. My team was like, "What's going on with you, bro? You're not saying that." Like, when that pregame stress, that's when I really be ripping into people, and then that's when it just starts escalating and elevating.
You used to have that back flap out, have the shirt pulled up.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Like, I don't care. I don't care about no play we running. I'm gonna kill him. And I'm like, oh, I got one talking. I got him. I mean, because now that's gonna build my game up. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking to you. If I ain't performing, you know what I mean? Everybody on my side, I'm like, look, you need to shut up, bro. Like, you trash. You hot trash. Like, and so you know what I mean? That kind of elevated my game. Like, when I started talking, and when I was talking, I was making plays. I mean, I never really not talked and didn't make plays because, I just wasn't, I was in a good situation. I mean, I had probably the best quarterback in CFL history. I mean, as far as yards wise, definitely that.
Yeah.
So he can put the ball anywhere it needs to be. And then, we had great, chemistry with our team.
Yeah.
So, it allowed me, it took pressure off of me so that I could just go play my game. And then, I felt like, and a lot of people would say this, that I was kind of the catalyst of what we did. Like the game, I mean, obviously we had AC was the man, but if I didn't get started, it wasn't really nothing popping.
Because people, they couldn't just drop off in the zones.
Right.
Because you get in space. If you get past line of scrimmage, you get in space. Like, very rarely was one person going to bring you down.
Right. And I appreciate that. And so I tried to just take my game and bring everybody else with me. Like, I mean, I felt like for me, my upbringing, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to that. It wasn't powder puff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this was my outlet, man. Like, and then, I left. I didn't leave the NFL, but I got cut because I was trying to be a star. I wasn't trying to make a check. I was trying to be a star. I was trying to go somewhere and be a star. And with that mindset, it wasn't happening in the NFL, not being an undrafted free agent. Like, no, bro, you gonna play special teams and get your
dues.
And I'm like, no, like I'm not doing that. Like, I'm a star. Like, I'm 5,000 yards, like all time. Like, nah, bro, I'm not. That's not my mentality. I don't know how to play the deuce. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm number one. And I couldn't understand. I really wish I would have now because my pockets would be a little bit different. But my mindset was on being a star, not necessarily making money. And it just took me to the CFL where I became that. I mean,
it definitely did.
My game, it got back. You know what I'm saying?
So I was talking to a guy about 15 minutes ago, and I told him I was about to do this podcast with you. And he was a linebacker in the CFL. Probably gave you a little hell at times. Joe Lobendine.
Oh, my head busted. he was probably one of the realest linebackers that I played against.
Yeah.
Probably like he was one of those two. It was like three. It was like three of them, maybe four. That I was like, damn, I gotta hit him this week. You know what I'm saying? And
who's on four?
Huh?
Who was on four? Do you remember all four's names?
So yeah, absolutely. So one was Ray Williams. Ray Williams.
Yep.
Ray Williams was one. Joe Lobendine was the other one. Jawan Armour was the other one.
Jawan Armour. Yeah, dog.
He was a dog. Like he was a dog. Like I knew I had to come to play with him, and he was going to talk too. So that really just got me even a little bit more excited. And the last one, I mean, it was a bunch of them, but I would say the last one that I was, was, and I didn't really get to play with him as much, but damn, it just slipped my mind. He was number one. He's number one for that. He played for us at Alouettes, but he played for Calgary. Number one, Reggie, the Reaper.
Reggie Hunt,
yeah.
Reggie Hunt was Sass. Yeah, Reggie Hunt, yeah.
Yeah, Reggie Hunt. So I mean, Reggie was more of a speed guy. Like he was probably faster.
Man, he was
than
a DB.
So, like,
he was a safety.
But I mean, he was, and he was one of the, you know what I mean, I couldn't get away from him because he's so damn fast. Like that was my only thing with him was like, you know, he didn't really he brought it, but not like Ray. Ray was gonna bring it every play.
Yeah.
And another one was KJ.
Yeah.
My little queen just opened my door. Yeah, so KJ Kiwana Jones, he used to bring it too, man. I mean, and hold on, I mean
Mo Lloyd and
Mo Lloyd. That was my next one. Mo Lloyd too.
Man, there was some bangers.
I mean,
all of them getting kicked out of the league right now. If they play in the league today, they all getting kicked out.
They're done right now. I mean, I'm like, thank you. They done. I ain't got to bang with them this whole game. You know what I mean? And that was my game too. So and that's why I was like with some of the linebackers. I mean, they was all bigger than me. Only one that probably wasn't bigger than me was Kitwana. I mean, he was taller than me. He's probably about 230, 240. Hold on, man. I'm sorry. My daughter. She comes downstairs and goes to pee like she can't.
No, that's awesome. Kitwana. See you, baby. Mo Lloyd. Some bangers. I think give me a cup like what's his name? The country singer on The Voice. He got that coffee cup, so you can't see what he's drinking. I'm drinking water. See that hydration in there? Hydrated water. Hello.
Out. My bad, Chant.
Oh, you good, brother? Because I was just thinking, like, you know, Juwan Simpson's another talker. You know, Barron Simpson.
He was big, but he ain't bring it like that.
Yeah, Barron Simpson.
Really
Barron Simpson used to talk trash to you and then say, God bless you. He hit you, talk trash to you, and God bless you.
So I didn't have too many battles. I mean, I didn't think you know, Juwan. I mean, not Juwan, but Simpson. I didn't think he was big. Like if you're that big, you're supposed to dominate.
Yeah.
No, not Simpson. What's the boy to play with you? And his name is Simpson too, right?
Juwan Simpson, number 12, played Calgary.
Yeah.
I
thought he was like 6'4", you know what I mean, had some speed. He should have just been running through everybody. And I mean, because for me, I'm a little dude. So I played at 5'8". I mean, I was 5'8", and I weighed like 185. Yeah. So for me, if I can block you, you ain't tough. Like Ray, Mo,
you remember Zeke Marino? That played at he went to USC and he played in Hamilton and Toronto, I believe.
Yeah, I remember him. I mean, he was tough, but he wasn't. He just, I mean, again, if I can get up under your chin and stop you, you not, you know, Ray. I'm telling you, Ray brought it like and again. That dude right there, man, he brought it every time.
Every time.
Mo Lloyd, oh, bro, I'm like, he loved running me over because I'm like, look, I'm just gonna pull you down every time. Like, they're not gonna call it because I'm like, you just ran over me. I'm just gonna pull you down.
So that brings a question: how do you block the bigger guys? What was your mindset to going into blocking these guys? Because I had to teach John White last year,
right,
how to block. I mean, he already knows how to block, but he uses his head a lot and he lunges a lot. So I tried to settle him down, back up. How was your technique on blocking? Was it just just try to get in there, fit in there, or did you have an actual technique to getting it done?
I was just like John White. I'm gonna go hit you right in the mouth before you get started. That's why I loved the CFL is because I mean, and again, I know coverages. I know You know what I mean? I know fronts. I know when you coming. Like, you just look guilty. So now I can move too. So I'm just gonna run up there and hit you right under the chin. So you can't. Once you get started again, you bigger than me. You're gonna win 100% of the time. But
first game of the year, John knocked the dude out. Same way, dude came off the edge. John lunged at him, top of his helmet, hit him right on his chin.
Knocked him out.
Feet was crossed, snoring.
That's
I was
it.
just like, I was like, man, look.
That's exactly what I did. I mean, again, you already bigger than me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come at you as hard as I can and hit you right up under your chin and try to put you to sleep. Period.
Yeah. See, I try to teach how to restart them. You know what I'm saying? Shoot your hands so you're not lunging, and then just try to restart them.
You can't do that against Ray because Ray gonna knock you out. Like, he's not gonna stop.
You fake that cut. You fake the cut. Everybody
that's one thing I never cut.
You never cut?
I never cut. Only time I cut is if we're like we're quick game. That's the only time I would ever cut. And I never cut in the, like, I don't know why people didn't realize that. Like, they should have known I never was gonna cut them unless they was on the edge. I never cut in the middle, because if you cut in the middle, and I would never let none of my guys cut either in the middle because
it's gonna fall on the quarterback's legs.
Yeah, you quarterback and my O lineman. I'm like,
yeah,
that's the last thing I wanted, because I'm already, you know what I'm saying, I need my people working together. So I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do for y'all. I'm never gonna cut in the middle. Nobody knew that because they would have came a little harder. I mean, it didn't matter with Ray and Mo, they coming already.
Yeah.
So I never cut in the middle, and I always, I never tried to reset. Only time I reset people is when I know they're going to give me a move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I know how he rushes. He's not a bull rusher. Ray going to bull rush you. Mo going to bull rush you. And those are the ones you want to cut because that's going to slow them down. But, you know what I mean? I never cut in the middle. And they Mike backers.
When I was in the box, I used to always say, look, there's a speed limit. If you over the speed limit, I got to cut you. You come like you got some sense, I'll stand up with you.
Right.
But I mean, I got to do my job too.
Right. No,
right?
I'm going to win. I mean, I probably lost. I mean, I probably lost maybe, I mean, I would say I probably lost 10% of the time.
And but AC was getting the ball out of there though.
Right.
So you didn't have to hold it long.
On our long, like, if you look at our film when we had sacks, it was from offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Because them on our 5-step drops, because AC was methodical about steps, getting the ball out. 2, 3 in a hitch, getting it out. 5 in a hitch or 5 in plant. We gonna get the ball out. But the problem is when the old lineman get beat right now. It's like, and somebody's coming on my guy. So that's when we have most of our sacks is when they get the ball out, or we held the ball a little too long.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. That's good knowledge on your blocking and just getting it done. Like I tell John all the time, I'm proud of you for getting it done. One, I just want you to take your head out of it because I know the damage you're doing over the course of time. But you're getting the job done, and I know when it's, and regardless, as a coach, my job is to help you do it the best, and as a player, your job is to get it done. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like in the back of your mind, you know how a coach want it done, but when it's right there, it's like, oh, I'm about to get this done.
Right.
I used to have the same conversation with Huff. Like, nah, Huff, this is how I'm gonna do it. Like, he's like, okay, you do it that way. You mess it up one time, you're doing it my way for the rest of the time. Cool. Right. So that's how it was, man. But let's go back to the beginning. When did you start playing football, and were you always a running back?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I always wanted to play linebacker. I always wanted to be a linebacker. Always wanted to play a middle linebacker. And I started playing football when I was 14. So that was like my first organized football when I was 4. I played when I was 7, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was out there rubbing dirt on myself, and you know what I mean? But I mean, we would always play like, in the hood, like Killer Man. We would say Killer Man. And I mean, I would just be murdering people, like, you know what I mean? When we playing, they be like, all right, we ain't playing with you no more. You crazy. I just be murdered. Like you get that ball, I'm coming in there to destroy you.
That tackle man with the football?
Yeah, Killer Man. So we call it Killer Man. So
you got to throw it up?
Oh, yeah.
Throw the ball up, and whoever get it, everybody got to get them. And everybody got to get them.
And
Yeah.
I'd be sitting, I mean, because I was always athletic, and I was like, no, I just wanted to hit people. You know what I mean? So for me, man, growing up, I was a guy that was, so I kind of been, you know, I was always muscular. So when you're 13, 14, 15, and you're muscular, everybody, you don't have very many tall people. Like I was like 5 something almost my whole life. So I was bigger than everybody else. I had muscles. So for me, man, I used to fight all the time, and you know, once I found this sport, it kind of really, really allowed me to just release, because I can go and hit people and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from in Camden, like I fought every day, like probably from like 9 years old to probably about 14 years old. I fought every day. Like I fought somebody. We fighting somebody every day. Either we're gonna do something crazy, or you know, somebody that we hang around, we gonna fight just because whatever. And I mean, I always had hands, but it was just one of those things. Like this was my outlet. It allowed me to just release all this aggression that I had. You know, I mean, I was always a little guy too. I mean, I became a little guy once I started playing ball, and it was like, I don't like this. Who can I can go hit somebody, and I ain't, you know what I mean? I could just hit them, and they not gonna call the cops. Like I ain't. So I started at 14, and you know, I was playing running back and I played defensive end. And you know, that's when I first like realized, I was like, man, I can, like, when I first started playing like defensive end, I was killing. Like we had our first scrimmage, and I was killing this quarterback. Like, I mean, I was just coming off the edge, just yam. They was like, all right, no more for you. We're gonna put you in the backfield. I mean, just in the scrimmage. But you know, I had, like, there was always other guys that was better than me, and they always wanted them to play running back. And you know, I was mad because I wasn't starting running back. I'm on the sideline. I'm like, hold on, how is that possible? Like, I need to be playing. And I mean, I'm 14, so I mean, there was some guys that played organized football. So we had Pop Warner. I don't know what y'all had, where you from, but we had Pop Warner. But then there was another league, another Pop Warner league. So I had to, like in Camden, it was one called Centerville, and it was like 20 minutes from away from. We had no car, so you know, man, I wasn't going there. You know, I mean, my mom ain't taking me, and I'm not walking, because you don't walk through other people's hoods. Like you just don't, like, young black dude walking through the hood, like, and I'm on the other side, like it's on the other side. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. So we, you know, it was a Centerville team. Then it was a Pennsauken team. So Pennsauken had their own league. It was called PYAA. They had their own league. I didn't live in Pennsauken. I lived in Camden, so I couldn't play in that league. So then, you know, there was in Merchantville, it opened up. It was called St. Pete's. I wish I had some pictures for you. But yeah, man. So I'm trying to find some, because my wife, she put my room together for me, and I don't have any of those. Up, but started playing there at 14, and we went to the championship and lost. And I didn't play the next year, and then high school started. And I played 9th grade, and then 9th grade I played middle linebacker and running back, and then halfway through the year I got moved up to varsity. And then I played running back all my life since then, except when I went to the CFL and I played linebacker, which was crazy to me. But I mean, I was always an aggressive player, so they were like, well, you know. And I think the year that I did play linebacker, the year before, I led the team in special teams tackles, and that's when they were like, look, if you want to make the team, you got to play linebacker. I'm like, hold on, did you not know my you not know my stats? But I mean, again, I left the league because I was actually in Detroit, and they wanted me to come back my second year, and I was like, nah, y'all not gonna let me play. So I left and went to Miami. And then when I went to Miami, you know, that Miami life got me. I ain't gonna lie, I was immature. I had a pocket full of money, and you know, I mean, it was pretty girls, and I'm like, all right, I'm coming in because I went there in the summertime.
Yeah.
Coming late, smelling like all oiled up. They were like, all right, it's time for you to part ways. And I just wasn't mature enough for Miami. I thought I was. I mean, I was always a focused individual. When I was there 100%. But
when you're not, you
Yeah, them
It
streets
be like
got
that though sometimes.
yeah, them
You know
streets.
what I'm saying?
So Miami prepared me for Montreal. So Montreal is in my opinion Miami without a beach. Like it's like that, man. So it prepared me for that. It let me know like, look, okay, these streets is cool, but you know, while they out doing that, you need to focus on learning your plays and that's kind of what I did. And I, you know, I learned from those lessons from leaving the Lions to go to Miami, and then you know, the same thing when I left the Lions, like when they tried to tell me to go to linebacker, I could have left and went somewhere else, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I mean you don't want to leave where people know you. So I said, all right, I'm gonna stay there and build there, and I did, and it turned out like, I mean, at the end of that year, I played linebacker and I played running back. Like, so I like halfway, like in practice, like the first half of the practice, I would go play linebacker, and the second half I would be like the fourth team running back. They'd be like, all right, switch your jersey. So I had 2 jerseys in practice, playing both sides, and so the playoff game, I ended up like Jared Payton got hurt. This was 2007. He got hurt. In the playoff game, we playing against Winnipeg, and he got hurt, and I finished the game playing running back. And that year, there were 7 running backs on the roster. 7.
I believe it. Jim Pop.
7 running backs. They all got hurt. They moved me to linebacker, and I ended up not starting, but I ended up finishing the playoff game. And then our next year, that's when Trestman came in. They were like, we're going to give you a shot to compete. And I'm like, that's all I want. Just give me a shot to compete. You give me a shot to compete. I mean, because that year they brought 2007, they brought in Jared Payton. It was like, I mean, only way you gonna be able to compete for this job and get this job is if, you know, God comes down and tell us that, you know, you should be playing.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that happens sometimes, you know.
It was a blessing though, you know what I'm saying? It was a blessing because, you know, at the time I wasn't ready. Like in my mind I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready. So that next year I was like 100% like ready. Like I came in and I mean I set the tone from day one. Like I had 2 goals in 2008. And I'm mad. I hate Calgary for one of my goals. Like I swear, like that's one team. I don't even know if I could coach for Calgary. That's how much I hate Calgary.
Come on, man. Look,
real. Like I mean, I can't even go there and make money. That's how much I'm like, no, man. Like, and it wasn't even Calgary. You know who it was? What's the DB with the dreads y'all had? Oh, I want to kill him.
Dwight Anderson.
Oh, DA. Oh.
Weren't you teammates with DA?
No, I never was teammate with DA. I heard he was an awesome teammate. I heard he was. I mean, I know DA after the fact, but
DA was not an awesome teammate. DA's a good.
He said he wasn't an awesome teammate.
DA's not an awesome teammate. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Right. I like DA. DA was very immature most of the time.
Right.
But you know, DA just one of them people that just need to ass whooping one time.
Right. I was trying to give it to him.
And Corey Chamberlain used to protect him. Corey Chamberlain said, when you find me another field corner that's as good as him, you can whoop his ass. Until then, y'all better leave him alone. Right? And that's just the way it was. It was like, because there was always constant, like he talked. When you talk about talk, that's one person I need to get on my podcast, right? Because he talks and, you know, he's got a great story and he's been through a lot in his life. And you understand that. And you can relate to DA. But when it comes down to the actually, you know, when shit get thick, DA go to DA and he don't care about team. He don't care about nothing else. He just go to DA. And that was the one thing. And I mean, we all, you know, when the game on the line, everybody want the ball in their hands. Everybody want to make the play. Everybody want to do this. But, you know, DA just did things a little differently. And, you know, at practice, he was always somebody always wanted to whoop him at practice. Somebody always wanted to fight him at practice. Somebody always – so –
we lost that game. When we lost that – so I had 2 goals in 2008. My first goal was just to be the starter of the Montreal West. That was my first goal. My other goal was to be the MVP of the Grey Cup. And I mean, that was the only 2 goals I had. Like, I didn't care if I had 700 yards. I don't care if I had 200 yards.
You remember how many yards you had?
I think I had like 900 maybe 950 because I didn't play my last 2 games because I I had ran into like ankle injuries because that year I was on pace for 1,000. So I had like 700 yards receiving, and I had like 950 yards rushing, and I missed like 4 or 5 games because of an ankle injury. And I mean, I would have been the first one to have 1,000.
Yeah.
And I was just on pace to do it because, you know, I was getting the rock. I mean, I was just balling. I mean, but then I we played BC, and AC scrambled, and they threw somebody into my leg, and I mean, I'm glad it was just my ankle and not my leg. But I mean, it was terrible after that. But yeah, so man, we playing in that game and we lost. I mean, you guys, y'all just had y'all game plan was phenomenal. Like we couldn't get started. I mean, damn, he was blitzing every play. Like we couldn't get it moving on offense. And
so
then
the receptions AC threw.
I think he threw like 3.
He threw the one to DA, and then he threw the one to Shannon James in the end zones.
Right.
But you know, one of the biggest things for us was we had to motivate Hank to take off running. Hank wouldn't run in the first half. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
like we kept running the same play over and over and over. I had 11 catches, and probably 7 of them came off the same play. Right? Because all we were doing is zone read.
Yeah.
And Anwar was taking Joffrey every time. They were like, Joffrey's not going to beat us. And Hank would come out. TJ Hill, who's guarding me, supposed to guard me, he's looking for Joffrey. So he takes off running at Joffrey. I'm coming across the field from the backside, wide open every time.
Right.
I mean, it was just like clockwork. And then the second half, when they did start carding it, nobody was there for Hank.
Right.
So then Hank was running, and he had like over 70 yards rushing in the second half. And I think that's what really got us going was when Hank decided to use his legs, and you know he didn't make the mistake, right? He didn't throw no picks.
Right.
There's only 2 touchdowns the whole game. You and Brett Ralph.
Right.
You had the first one to put y'all up. I think like 11-3 or something like that, and then.
Right.
Then yeah.
I mean, bro, in my mind, like they stopped giving me the ball. Like I'm like, yo, we gonna win this game. Give me the rock. Like I was born for this moment. Like,
dude, I still remember looking up at the screen, and you could just see you after the touchdown. You were just talking. What was you saying?
I don't know. I don't know what I was saying, bro. I'm like, I told you I'm Achilles nigga. I'm telling you, give me the rock. They don't want it. I'm like, bro, in my mind, I had already won this game. Like I won this game in the summertime. Like I swear I did. I'm like, but I mean, again, I don't call the play. I wanted the rock bad. Like, and I think, and I don't know. I mean, I talked to Tress last week, and I'm like, I should have brought this up because that just burnt me. I'm like, why did you stop giving me the ball? Like, well, you try. Like in my mind, I'm like, he must be trying to get AC the MVP, and I'm like, we just gotta let the thing flow and just let it go how it's supposed to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that year I had a great year. I mean, I was on pace to do something nobody's ever done, and I'm like, this is it. Like, this is my year. Like, when I tell you the all season, that was like, I mean, I quarantined myself in the off season. I left, so we were living in Montreal with my bride, and I left and went to Michigan for 4 months and worked 4 months. Like, I mean, I mean, every day the same thing, tunnel vision. Like I'm telling you, I saw it, but I mean, it wasn't that year. It was the next year that we got it. So
yeah. But let's go back. Let's go to West Virginia and just when did the work ethic? When did the versatility really kick in for you to be able to catch so well out of the backfield, you know, running routes, being able to do all those things? Was it in high school? Was it at West Virginia? Because you had success at West Virginia early. No. And how did you get from Camden to West Virginia?
So it was crazy. I got a story, man. My story is crazy, man. I was watching. I don't know if you saw the Meek Mill story, but if you ain't seen it, you know, you can spend about 3 hours and watch that. It was a phenomenal story. So he grew up in Philadelphia. North Philly is like right over the bridge from Camden, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So where he's from is like, we're from the same area. You know what I mean? Pretty much. So I grew up, man, and I didn't want, you know what I mean? I didn't want to grow up like my mom. My mom was on drugs. My dad was on drugs. You know, crack flooded our community. Terrible. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we go days. I mean, I'm eating chips and Snickers for dinner. You know what I mean? Trying to get $1 to go eat. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was bad. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm like, I'm never gonna live like that ever. Like,
yeah.
and that's and again, you either kind of go into what the community's doing, or you do what you need to do to get out of there. So
motivate you to move on.
In my mind, I'm like, I'm never gonna live like this. I don't want my family to live like this. So I'm like, I gotta do something. So I was in Camden, and then I got a crazy story. So we living in a shelter my freshman year in high school. My grandmom, so we were living in Cherry Hill, and my grandmom left. She left the house we were living in and moved like down the highway a little bit. And then we was living in this house, and then we couldn't pay the bills. My mom couldn't pay the bills in the house. So then, we go living in the shelter for the whole summer, and then going into that first year or the first couple months of school, I'm waking up every morning, me and my sister, taking the bus to go to Cherry Hill schools, which is a lot better educational wise than Camden, New Jersey. So yeah. we jump on the bus. This is not like I'm talking about like city bus, like NJT.
Yeah, not a school bus. It's yeah.
Yeah. So we would jump on a city bus to jump, and then we'll take we'll get on the city bus about 6:00. Then we'll take the city bus to our old house, walk across the street, go catch the bus. And then, we did that for about, maybe 2 months, not even 2 months. We did it, like, we started school in August. So, and camp started, I didn't even do camp that year because, I just couldn't. So then, football started, and they're like, are you coming out for football? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come out for football. And then, so I actually went out for football, and that's when, I was on the freshman team. I was a freshman, and I was playing linebacker, and we catching, and so then, the coach kind of knew, like, because my high school, my Pop Warner coach, his son was a sophomore.
Okay.
So what happened was, he, I would tell him, like, look, we live in this shelter in Camden, but, we going to school in Cherry Hill. So, he would like, I'll take you home after practice, because he was a freshman coach. So when the freshman practice was over, we would all go up to the varsities and watch his son, and then he would just take me back to Camden. And then, it came to the point where they knew what was going on. The school knew, and they were like, well, you can't go to school here no more. And then he was like, well, let me do this. Let me talk to my wife. So he semi-adopted me. Well, he took custody of me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's adoption, but he took custody of me. So, me, and again, bro, when I tell you from probably 11 years old to probably about 15 years old, I don't know if anybody would have. I'm surprised I'm alive.
Made it out.
Some of the stuff I did. You know what I'm saying?
You talk about the fighting and everything, and
fighting and whatever you thought somebody bad could have did besides kill somebody, I probably did it. Yeah. And he didn't know this. All he knew was when I came to work, go to practice, I worked. So I leave and he called me back and said, look, my wife would love for you to come and stay with us. And I'm like, this is a white dude now. This a white dude. He got 2 girls and a son that I played. He was a quarterback. So
yeah.
So I'm like, they gonna let me move in with them? They don't know I was just stealing cars last weekend. Like, I'm doing like crazy stuff. They're like, yeah, we want you to stay. We want you to come stay with us. And I'm like, if we stay with you, if you stay with us, then there's gonna be some rules you're gonna have to abide by. I'm like, and I was, again, I adapted all my life.
But you were in the world. But you were in that world, right? You were in that world of destruction, right? That's so hard to get out of. And when you see it on your front doorstep every day with your mom and dad, and you see everything, then the only way, and that's one of the hard parts is, man, like, the only way is that way. That's what they show you. Right. That's how you get $1. That's how you feed you. That's how you feed your sister. That's how you feed yourself.
Bro, that's all you know. Like, and again, for whatever reason, God was like, look, we're gonna take you out of this environment. We're gonna have you live with this family.
Yep.
So I go live with them freshman year, halfway through it. They moved me up to varsity, so I'm the starting running back on a freshman. As a freshman, I'm starting varsity. And there's a lot of people hate me because they're like, because I mean, it's a white school, a black dude. How you starting? You know what I mean? Who are you paying? I'm like, I'm just better than y'all. Like, I'm just better than y'all. You know what I mean? And they hated me because everybody wore black shoes. And once they said I was gonna be the starting guy, I went to the mall and got some white Nikes. I mean, everybody had black shoes except me. I had the cleanest white pair of Nikes on there, and I mean, I was killing them. I mean, I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I was faster than everybody else. So it was like, okay. So then the next year comes around, and this is kind of where it goes in a different direction. So, my coach's son is a quarterback. They got him playing free safety, but he's a quarterback. And they wouldn't let it was like, it was daddy ball. So it was the head coach's son was a quarterback too. So they were like, we're gonna play him. And so then his dad just went looking. So we he went to a Catholic school, and he was like, Avon, I think it's a good opportunity for you to, and I'm kind of, long story to get to where you asked me about my athleticism. So they were like, well, he was like going to Catholic school, and he was like, you don't have to come. Cause I mean, I'm starting right now. Like I'm starting, like I ain't got to do nothing. And I'm starting, like I can just wake up and I'm starting, like ain't nobody going to take nothing from me. And so he goes and he's like, well, I got to throw the ball. Can you come and throw for me? I mean, can you come and catch for me, run routes? So I'm running routes for him. And I didn't notice till years later, but they were like, that the quarterback is good, but that guy right there, he's going to play on Sundays. Like we need him. Like we really want him. We want the quarterback, but we really want that guy. So, and I don't know if the quarterback knew that, but I knew that the dad knew. But I was like, because again, they had a starting tailback, and they were like, for you to play, you would have to play, fullback and wide receiver. And I'm like, fullback? Like I'm 130, I'm 140. I think I froze up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you good.
I'm like, my internet said it's unstable. So they wanted to play fullback and wide receiver. So I mean, it was crazy because I was like, look, man, I'm not playing. I'm not. And they were like, look, it's a good opportunity for you. They got so many players go D1 out of this school. Yeah. You need to go. So then, I made the decision. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. And then, I mean, again, bro, nothing is ever easy for me. I wish it was, but so then, because I played varsity and I moved schools, they didn't tell me to like the first game, like right, the week of the first, I'm starting. I'm the starting receiver, like I'm the X in the boundary. I mean, I'm the X in the boundary, and I'm the fullback. I'm switching, like I'm doing both. They're just finding ways to get me to rock. And second game, the first game of the season, right before that week, they're like, well, Avon, you're gonna have to sit out 5 games because you played for another team. I'm like, well, won't they just sign a release? Like, why are they hating on me? Like, and it was the other coach. He was like, well, we know you played for Cherry Hill West. You started and started as a varsity. You started varsity. So they made me sit out 5 games. So then my 5th game back. So they had their rotation. Everything was good on that side of it. On the whole side of 5 games they played without me. You know what I mean? I'm running scout team reps for them. I'm killing them on scout team. I'm like, again, I'm the best player on the team right now. Yeah. And I'm playing scout team for our scout team, and I'm running, I'm okay, the best player is running back, so I'm playing running back. The best player is receiver, so I'm playing receiver. So long story short, when it gets to, the 5 game is up, now they're like, okay, we want you to play. We have our rotation. This is where we're going to put you at. We're going to put you in the slot, and we're going to, move you to fullback. I was starting X first because they had to start running back. And so I said, okay, I'll move into the slot, and that's how I played. So my versatility came is because in high school I played wide receiver.
Okay.
I played wide receiver like my sophomore year, and then when we go empty, I would be the empty receiver. Running the route. So that's where the versatility came. And then when I go to West Virginia, and before I get there, my senior year, again, it's never easy for me. My senior year, I tore my ACL. In high school. So I stepped in a hole in camp and I hyperextended my knee. And then, I put a brace on and, missed a couple of days practice. And then, the first game come around I had 4 touchdowns in the first game. Second game, I had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Second quarter, I'm returning a punt, and I tear my ACL. So I'm out for the whole season. And now I'm like, damn, I got to go back to the block. Like, what am I ever going to do? Like, I mean, my mind is like, it's racing. Like, I mean, what am I going to do, man?
And back then, that used to be a lifelong, like, you never really came back from ACL tears back then.
You didn't, bro. And the guy that we went to one guy, he was like, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of your hamstring and then we're going to put it into your ACL. And then we were like, nah, he was like, you might not play. You know, it's just a 50-50 chance. So then we went over to Philly, which, you know, the Eagles was right over the bridge from us. So we went to the Eagles doctor, Dr. Bartolozzi. He was like, look, this is like a sprained ankle right now. Like, you know, what we do, you'll be back in no time. And in my mind, I'm like, he gave me hope. Like, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. So then, you know what I mean? I would go to therapy every day. You know, and again, it's different. It's different. Like now when I see people in college and professional that tear the ACL, it's a totally different, you know, regimen. But I mean, I would go and, you know, I remember because I was in my right leg. So you're not supposed to drive if you know what I mean, if you do that. And we had a Corvette at the time. And I was scared of the Corvette because, you know, Eddie, who was the son, he spent out a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even want to drive it. I mean, I ain't even driving on this leg. And they're like, you know, you need to drive this Corvette. You need to go to your therapy. And I'm like, I'm driving the Corvette to therapy. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna play again. And then, you know, because of my junior year and the relationships that school had, so me and the offensive lineman, we both went to West Virginia. So we had 2 people from the same school, and we already had like 4 people from Holy Cross at that school. So that's kind of how I got to West Virginia. And then, you know, my first year I redshirted. We had Amos Zerway there. Yeah. He was a dog. Like, yes, I mean, he was like Barry Sanders to me. I was like, man, this dude is amazing. And again, in my mind, I'm like, there aren't very many people that's better than me. But I'm like, this guy right here, he got it. Like, he was the person that I was like, because I went there as a junior. And it was funny because we went, you know, I would go up a couple years because my coach, he coached at West Virginia too. So it was that relationship that they had. I mean, torn ACL, when you can go get somebody else without a torn ACL that, you know, that can go do it. And they gave me a shot, man. They gave me a shot. And that's why I love West Virginia, because they didn't, you know, our coach, you know, Coach Don Neely, he didn't have to do that, you know what I mean? But he took a shot on me. And, you know, my freshman year I redshirted, and then my redshirt freshman year, you know, they were like, okay, it's a competition. And they had a guy, it's crazy, bro. Like, they had a guy who was the starter, who played, he was going to be the starter. He played a year before, and he got busted for drugs. Like, I mean, it was like, we just going to move this. We going to move everybody out the way so that you can win, bro.
Yeah. And he'll do it.
I mean, and he was like, look, this is your time. So my coach was like, look, I don't want you looking over your shoulder. You know, this is your job. You go out. If you get tired, come on out. You know, you're the man. You are a guy. So
before you get into West Virginia, I just want to talk about one thing real quick. Mm-hmm. The transferring from all the trouble, all the constantly overcoming hurdles, obstacles from moving in with a different family to going to a different school to all the things that you're constantly overcoming, the ACL injury. What was the mindset when you finally got out of Camden, when you finally got out of New Jersey? What was the mindset like? Did you feel like you had made it at that point when you stepped on campus at West Virginia? Was it like a relief to you that, like, whew, maybe that's in the past now? Or was it still, you know what, I still got to create it?
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, I listened to Michael Jordan's story, and I'm like, how he always had something to motivate. I always created an option. I mean, I had a knee brace, and then there was another guy that they had in front of me. And so my thing was like, I don't care if I had a knee brace or not. Like, this dude ain't better than me. Like, Amos is better than me. I mean, he's a beast. Like, yeah. I mean, but this guy ain't better. So so once I got to West, it was never, I never ever thought I've made it. Like, I never thought that until I got to Montreal, to be honest with you. I never thought I'd made it until I got to Montreal and was a starting running back in 2008. Like, I was grinding like my entire life. I never thought I made it to where I didn't have to work. And I think that was kind of what separated, because again, I was 5'8", I ran a 4.6, vertical jump maybe 32. Like, I mean, I didn't have, but what I had is what nobody can. You cannot measure it. You can't measure my heart. You can't measure my passion. Like, and the fact that I was tough. Like, that was the biggest thing that separated me from everybody else. Like, I don't care who you were, I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. Like, I'm gonna hit you in the mouth first. Like, I don't care about I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. I need you to feel me. Like, once you feel me, you know where I'm coming from. Now we can vibe now. Now I got you.
See, this is why, like, there's just certain players I wish I could have suited up with, right? Because I had the same mentality, and like, just to see that mentality of just like, I don't care what you say I can't do. When we get out here, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just the mentality that you had that. But, you know, we talk about sports, but so many people can carry this over into life, right? All the hurdles that you're going over in sports, but this is life for everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The passion that you have to succeed, the passion you have and the drive you had that allowed you to make it to West Virginia, to the NFL, to the CFL, people can do this in life to get to college or to get to wherever, because there's always a way. You might not know the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's true.
But you gotta keep grinding, you gotta keep believing, and you gotta keep on that path to success. I mean, you look at it, like you said, you know, stealing cars and doing this and doing that, and you found, like, you got a way out. But everybody's not gonna get that same way out. Right. But they still can create the ways because of the relationships they build and the way they carry themselves. Right?
That's true,
if you'd have carried yourself differently, they would have never asked you to move in.
That's what I don't. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know how I carried myself. I just knew for a fact. I'm like, I don't know why they're saying I can move in with them. I mean, and again, I'm young. I'm like, well, can I move in with y'all? Like, and you know, my mom, she didn't like it. I mean, you never like losing your son. But I'm like, Mom, this is something I got to do. Like, you know what I mean? And again, I mean, me and my mom's relationship is 10 times better. It's not great. But, I mean, I'm like, you're the reason why this is happening now anyway. Like, you know what I mean? If you would have been more stable, I would have been in a better, stable environment. But now it's topsy-turvy, and we're gonna make it do what it do. So, man, you are exactly right, bro. Like, there's no wrong way to win. But you just got to be – there's factors that play into it. And I think the biggest factor that plays into success is focus. Like, I think you have to be focused on what it is that you want. If you're not focused, like, you can have passion, you can have charisma, you can have work ethic, you can have all that. But if you're not focused, like, I was focused. Like, my only focus was, look, I am not going to live like my mom. I'm not going to do that. Or my dad. Like, and my focus was really to get out of that. And then once they said, okay, you can play football, I'm like, blinders on, I'm going to win at this. I'm going to win. Like, my focus was just winning. Like, I don't care how we do it. Because if my team wins, I'm going to win. Like, especially if I'm the starter. If my team wins, I'm going to win. Like, I might not be the best player, but if my team wins, I'm going to win. So and that's what I think that key ingredient for me was, really just to focus. Because when everybody else was going out, hanging out, I was in my mirror like, okay, 14. And that was our inside zone play. Like, we ran inside zone crazy. I'm like, okay. And I saw it. Like, I saw myself because they was all out, you know, partying with the chicks. And I was like, I'm literally telling you, I was in my mirror Friday night. You know what I mean? I went downstairs. You know, we had a party bus in West Virginia that they take them downtown from Towers to the dorm. And I'm like, all right, y'all be good, man. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm chilling. I'm gonna play the game. But I ain't play no game. I went in my room and was in my mirror with my plays. I'm like, I got my plays right here, and I'm in my mirror saying, okay, 14, okay, 36, okay, and I'm running these plays over and over. Okay, the line slanted. Okay, I'm gonna bounce it. Okay, you know, he bull rush. Okay, jump cut, hit it. I did that. Like, I was truly focused on being a starter at West Virginia. Like, I didn't care when I was going to start. Like, my focus was like, I want to be the man, period. And I focused on that. Bro, and I don't know how it came to fruition, but I intently focused. Like, when they went out, I went out too. Like, it was a young guy's dad. Like, he was a backup at Holy Cross. His dad was like, when you're in control of your destiny is when you can do things that everybody else is doing, but then go back to what what you automatically want to do. So I would go out with him too, and like right when it gets popping, he's like, if you can leave when it gets popping, you're in control. So I would go out to the clubs and take the bus, and I would have my cab money and said, okay, I'm gonna hit y'all. I mean, it's just getting popping. The chicks is coming in. I mean, everything is. I'm like, all right, boom, I'm out. Like, I'm going to my room because this is when I know I'm gonna win, because I'm like, this ain't what I want to be. I want to be.
Yeah.
And bro, I did that for the whole entire winter. The whole entire winter, when everybody was partying, I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it in my room by myself, in my mirror, running my plays. And I think that focus was really what took me to the next level and gave me the shot that everybody else didn't. I mean, because there was two guys that played my freshman year that and again, it's crazy, bro. Like, we in West Virginia, so I'm competing for the starting job, and there's a guy who's probably got a heads up on me going into camp. You know what I'm saying? Because he played the year before. He plays a true freshman. And this cat caught the hiccups the whole camp. It wasn't like a hiccup. It was like like you think, bro,
he couldn't handle that pressure.
For like 2 weeks straight. Like, he couldn't do nothing. Like, he had the hiccups. Like, I'm like, what? Like, I'm telling you, God was like, you going to win at this because you were disciplined, you focused, and you did it. This cat had the hiccup for 2 weeks straight, bro. Like, 2 weeks straight. And, I mean, he was like my real competition because he played the year before. And I hated the fact they made me room. I told him next year, like, I don't want to room with another running back because, you know how you try to get your edge. Like, you see them sleep. I'm like, I'm going to get me 15, 20 push-ups in. He wasn't asleep, though. He wasn't asleep. So he see me hitting push-ups. He going to do push-ups. I'm like, yo, coach, don't put me in another room. I'm competing right now. We cool, but I'm competing right now. I don't want him trying to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to get an edge. I see him sleep. I'm like, I'm going to roll over and hit me, get me a quick 50 in because, I mean, he ain't do it. I did it. I'm better than him. In my mind, I'm like, I'm winning. Like,
I outwork everybody.
Right. I'm like, he sleep. I'm working. And I was like, yo, you can't put me in the room with another tailback. And then they put me in the room with a fullback, and this cat snored like I'm like, yo, this is worse. I mean, so yeah, bro, man, it was crazy for me, man. It was crazy, but I serve a good God, man, and He always makes a way for me, man. That's why I'm never stressed. Like, like I should be stressed at times, like, but I'm just never stressed because I know, like, I serve an awesome God who's always gonna make a way because I am focused, I'm diligent, I'm disciplined. I'm just living His principles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And He always makes a way for me, fam.
Man, that's a true blessing. Because when you talk about just that passion and that focus that you had, man, like, I wish I had that. Right? I wish I would have had, like, growing up where I grew up, I was always a starter. I was always one of the fastest. I was always one of the best. And it was like I didn't have to ever work for it. When I went to college, I remember a guy, Juan Bedoya, who was we were both freshman receivers. We had 9 freshman receivers come in. There was only 4 spots on the traveling squad. We ran the option. And right, so we had a senior, a junior, a sophomore, and then 9 freshmen competing for that last job. That's when I fell in love with competition. Like, I never loved football like that. I just knew it. But I fell in love with competition. And at that moment, competing for that 4th job, every day that consumed me of being better than someone, right? Because in high school, I never had to work. Right. Like, I'm going to go score. I'm going to go do what I do. I was just naturally gifted. I never had to go and outwork people. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I had a bad childhood. Like, I lived with my grandparents and mom and dad was in my life, but it's one of those things where I wasn't waking up to go outwork anybody. I was just going to show up and be better. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then when I got to college, it was like, I fell in love with competition, but then you could actually see it, because where I went from my freshman year to my senior year, that changed my life completely. And the whole direction of my life was changed because of that one word, competition. Because now I didn't care who you were. I didn't care what you said, let's do it.
Right.
I'll compete with anybody on any stage at any time, because that's just what I do now. You know, and that carried me over to the mentality of coming to Canada, was just that, like, oh, y'all going to see me. You don't know who I am, but that's okay. But you're going to see me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I just think, like, Marquay asked me a question on the last podcast, like, if I wouldn't have lived my life like I did, as far as going out and drinking all the time and being a party guy, right? I partied a lot off the field, but it never affected me on the field. It was just like how I kind of rewarded myself for doing what I did, right? So I was always going to hang out. I was always going to party. And I was like, no, I don't think I could have been better. I think I'd have lost some weight if I would have stopped drinking as much, because I didn't eat really. But now, when you talk, I was like, I think I'd have been a hell of a lot better if I'd have had your attitude earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the grind that you had, the mentality that you took into everything you did, and that you still take into everything you do now. It's just a whole different animal. When you go into something, no, you can't fail, as long as you're involved with it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna let yourself fail, and you know that God gonna take care of everything that He need to take care of. But you're gonna put the work in. You're gonna stay focused, and you're gonna do everything that you need to do, that you can do, to be successful. Man, that's just so powerful, because I just learned so much. And this is the special part about this podcast, man, is like doing this and seeing other guys' journeys, but also feeling their passion and understanding how they were able to create success in their world. I think it's so powerful, because nobody has the same story.
You're right.
Right? Nobody has the same story. And what is that, like you said, that key ingredient that allowed you to say, I can overcome this hurdle, right? Mm-hmm. Every time there was a roadblock, I can overcome this. Every time, like, man, it just keep happening. Maybe this is not for me. You know, how many times you tell yourself that in the back of your mind? Maybe this is not for me. Maybe I'm not supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I don't think I've ever said that. Like business wise, that's the only time I've ever said maybe this is not for me. Like in sports, I was like, this is my way out. Like,
yeah,
bro. Like, I mean, I saw so much, man. Like, you know what I mean? You come home, you see your mom and dad fighting. You see your sisters fighting. You see, I'm fighting every day. I'm like, bro, like my life is a fight. Like I'm putting these up like 100% of the time. Like there's no, my wife is like, why you do stuff? Why it gotta be so hard with you all the time? I'm like, I don't know, but that's just how it is. I don't want it to be hard. Like again, I never had a 4.3 like or 4.4 speed. Like whole CFL never had a 4.4. Like most of the linebackers probably fast as me, if not faster. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I just knew. I'm like, I'm gonna make it. Like, I knew the fight was happening. Like, I wanted to be that guy that goes like, I wanted to be the guy that goes 90-yard touchdown. Yeah. That just wasn't me. Yeah. I'm gonna give you 2 40s and a 10 and call it a day. Yep, I knew I wasn't gonna go 90. Like 90 would have been easy. Because I'm getting into my feet was phenomenal. You know what I mean? I had strength, but I just didn't have that 90. I couldn't give you 90. I mean, I might give you a 60, but I'm going to consistently give you a 40. Like, if you look at all my tape, bro, I'm going to give you, Like, nobody can run with me for 40 yards. After 40, you gonna come get me. You gonna come get me. I don't know, babe.
I feel you 100%. I remember we played John 2010 and in Calgary, and Rambo caught a slant for 100.
Oh, 100, yeah, I remember that.
He caught a slant for 100, and he came to the sidelines, and we used to always try to outdo each other, right? Me, Rambo, Colt, Romby. We used to always talk trash to each other on the sideline, like, you're not gonna have the best play today. I'm gonna get you. And Rambo caught that slant for 100. Right. I said, look, I can't go 100. I said, my next catch inside 40, I'm scoring. And that was the one I ran over Estelle.
Oh, that was terrible.
I caught that one in the flat, and I ran over Estelle, and I broke it back and ended up scoring.
That was a hell of a play, bro.
That was motivation because I told Rambo he's not going to have the best play in this game.
Right.
Right. That's how we competed. Like, we compete with each other. We didn't, like, I'm not worried about who we playing against.
Right.
I'm competing with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rambo, like, for me, I think Rambo's the most talented receiver I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Because he was 4'2". He could run routes. He could do everything that you wanted. He was explosive and did things, man. But, yeah, it was a constant competition, man, with him and Colt, man. That's Ohio State and Tennessee. Here I am, a Division II walk-on, like, you got to see me too.
Hey, you ain't going to forget about me, bro. No, that ain't going to happen. You gonna see me. But, I mean, bro, he did go 100, but I was like, damn. Yo, he just ran through Buddy right now. That was terrible. And you know what? I was kind of chuckling on the inside because Estelle was he was definitely our best corner. But he just didn't work. Like, and again, like, you on my team, you got to have my mentality. I know everybody has their talent, but if you don't have my mentality, we got friction. Yeah. And he didn't work all the time. Like, when you don't work all the time, it's going to be friction. And I'm going to tell you about it. And I think that's why again, everywhere I've been, I've created a culture. Everywhere I've been, whether it's Holy Cross, whether it's Cherry Hill West, whether it's even at the Detroit Lions, like, I wasn't a star. But people, like, they was like, damn, this little dude is working. You know what I'm saying? The culture, like, and again, I wasn't used to all that losing. I mean, we didn't go to 0-16. That was the year after me. But I was like, we win in 3 games. And the reason why is our star player, who's a D lineman, he don't work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, like, I don't know how you do it. He's like, you might not be here tomorrow. I said, you know what? I might not be here tomorrow. But you will. And you're going to continue to lose because of the way you work. I mean, and again, he could have been like, yo, get him out of here. Like, because he was a star. I'm like, bro, you don't work, man. Like, you lazy. Like, and for me, like, when you ran him over, I was like, that felt so good. I swear, I was like, I mean, because he just didn't work, man. Like, it just burnt me up. Like, he was so fast. You know what I mean? He had talent.
Super talented.
It just didn't work, man. I was like, you killing us because you don't want to, like, I don't know if you've ever watched our film, like, on offense, but if you watch the way we play, like, if you didn't have the ball, if you wasn't running to the ball, we on you. Like, I'm on you. Like, it ain't got to be I'm on you. Get to the ball. Like, that was our mentality. Like, I don't care who got the ball. We run into the ball. Everybody, all 12 of us running, and he didn't do that on defense. And, I mean, I was in his ass all the time because he was just lazy, man. And I couldn't fathom the fact that you're talented, you're playing a game, and you're getting paid, and you're lazy. Like me and you, we would have bumped heads. Like, I'd have been like, look, bro, like, we would have fought. Like, so Stevie Baggs, me and him, we fought because, you know what I mean? He worked hard, though, but we just fought because, I mean, and again, our personalities was the same. So, you know, we clashed. Like, I just want to win, man. And if you're not, like, all I want to do is win. Like, I don't care. I don't have to be the show, but I want to win. We were talking for goddamn 2 hours now. You let me go. You know I can talk, bro. You let me go. I'm going to go, fam. I'm going to go. So, yeah, man, it just, when you ran him over, bro, I was like, you know, I shouldn't have been happy, but I was happy. I was like, damn, he got his ass. I'm glad he got it. Lazy as hell. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I was geeked up.
But when you work for something so hard and you like I don't think you give yourself enough credit about how athletic you were and probably still are. Man, you were a hell of a back. Like you could do so much. You know what I'm saying? And like you were the hybrid, and you really kind of before your time. Like if you were in today's game where it's more spread open and everything like that, dude, you know what I'm saying? You're a $15 million guy a year to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you really were. I played old school. I played 80s, 90s, 80s football, right? Yeah. I had the mentality, I'm just going to go out there and be a dog. I'm going to go out there and just try to punish people all day. Like you played the game in a way where at the time, like you only really had Marshall Faulk doing it.
Right.
Right. Outside of Marshall, they're really, my boy Avion Kason is similar to that.
Yeah. So he actually, they would call me Avion because really? He was in Detroit. He was in Detroit the year before me.
Yeah.
And they would call me Avion. I'm like, bro, my name is Avon. They're like, no, Avion. I'm like, no, bro, my name is Avon. I'm like, so he was actually in Detroit the year before I was. And I don't know where he went. But then I came. Yeah, so I came in right after him.
Yeah.
And I was that guy, and they would always call me like, I don't even know who this cat is, but they would always call me Avion.
Avion was cold, man. He returned and played running back, and he's a little bit bigger than you, but at the same time, it's still one of those guys that, like even myself, like coming out in the slot, like I knew I was a slot receiver my whole career. Right. And even if I chose to go to the NFL in 2006 when I got offered, but I mean, at the time there was only Brandon Stokely.
Right.
Right. Wes Walker wasn't doing what he's doing. And I was like, just athletically, I'm way more athletic than those guys, but it's just, would I go down there to do it? Right.
Right.
And when I was having success in the CFL, I was like, nah, I'm stay here.
Right. I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you 100 on that.
Hey, you seen New Jersey Drive?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You like that movie? It's a good representation of New Jersey.
I mean, at the time, yeah. At the time, I mean, bro, like, I mean, so my thing was I was kind of the bully of the bunch. So everybody was scared of me.
Smallest guy is always the bully, man.
So I was the bully of the bunch. And I mean, because again, I had hands. I would knock people out. Like, people ain't want to see me. Like, when I got mad or we was about to fight, they're like, oh, nah, I ain't messing with crazy. Like, so New Jersey Drive, like, I never knew how to, like, crack a car up and nothing like that, but they would always steal the cars. I'm like, all right, I'm driving this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm driving this one. I'm getting a New Yorker, or I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Like I had little goons like, hey, let's go get this car. Like, I ain't trying to walk. I ain't trying to walk nowhere. Like, let's go get this whip. And I mean, we would just go get whips. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, that was life for me, man. That was life. Like, before I even seen New Jersey Drive, I was like, damn, like, we was doing this, y'all. Like, it's crazy. Like, and for me, man, that was life, man. I did see the movie. It was a fair representation about the time when I was a young boy in them streets.
That's awesome. Hey, I see you got some stuff behind you. What's the football over there? I guess that's to your right. You got the
right
football
here.
And the trophy. Yeah. What football is that?
Yeah. So this was it's crazy I started this. So this was our Music City Bowl. Okay. This was a bowl game that we had, and I was like, because they had these on the table. So this is everybody from, I think this was 2002. This is everybody from 2002 that I think this was 2000. This was 2000. Everybody from the 2000 team, like we had a little, you got those luncheons.
Yeah.
So we went to the luncheons, and this was on the table. So I grabbed it and I got everybody to sign it from that year. You know what I'm saying? So and I started doing that. So I don't know. So here's my turn over here. So I started doing that. Like, that was kind of my thing. So I got awesome. Like Grey Cup balls. This is Edmonton. Like, all my touchdown balls, I got like the whole team to sign all my touchdown balls.
That's awesome.
Grey Cups. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so what is this? Yeah, 2010. This is our back-to-back year. So
never done that before. Never done that before.
Go back to back?
You know what? We should have played each other 08, 9, and 10. You know we were the two best teams in the league.
Absolutely.
Y'all wouldn't have won in 10.
Oh, bro. We probably wouldn't.
You remember, wait a second. You remember
what?
2010? We beat y'all like 55-13 or something like that.
Yeah,
and
that's in Calgary.
Then the next week, y'all beat us like 57-18 or something.
In Montreal, yeah.
Bro, that's so crazy.
That was nasty, man. That was Yo, I swear, that was like a college rivalry for me when we played y'all, bro.
Beast in the East versus the best in the West.
Bro, I swear I hated Calgary, bro. I went and
played in Montreal for 3 years. I represented.
I mean, I couldn't do it, bro. Like if I just could, like
you would have loved it there though.
Really, bro. I mean, you know what? You know what I love? I love y'all city was like clean. Like Montreal was dope. Like Montreal, I think was the dopest city.
Calgary was voted the cleanest city in the world one year when I was there.
Bro, it was so clean. Like, because we stayed in that Westin, so I would walk to that little strip you guys had.
Wouldn't see no trash.
No trash, bro. I was like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? And I love Earls. Y'all Earls is always popping.
Earls for the girls.
And the Earls got the girls.
Hey, what's that one behind you? The plaque behind you.
Right here.
Yeah. You got one black right there. What does it say?
Right here. Right here?
Yeah. So
this is actually my Hall of Fame, my West Virginia Hall of Fame plaque, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. This is probably one of my biggest accomplishments next to winning championships at Montreal, bro. This is like
you still got the record at West Virginia for the career?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna have it for a while because they ain't really. I mean, you got to have 5,000 yards.
Yeah, I seen Steve Slayton broke your single season record. What's the one beside that? The black right there. Yeah, that.
Right. So this is I moved a couple times and his arms fell off. This is the award. This is the workout award that every West Virginian wants to win. This is our Iron Mountaineer. So I won it in 2000. Awesome. And I mean, every mountaineer wants to win one of these. If you working out, you want to win this. You want to be so in 2000, I was like the best, like all around, like 40 time benching, everything,
squat and all that.
Yeah, so I was the best at my weight class in that. So I mean, some of his arms broke off, but yeah, it goes like this, and. Yeah, his arms broke off on me, but yeah, this is the pride and joy when you work out. Like you got.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I'm
saying?
See
you got the kids and the wife up there, man. Hey, man, that's awesome. I'm proud of you, man, for everything that you went through and everything you overcame. That's awesome.
But the best is yet to come, though, baby. The best is yet to come.
What
man.
do you got going on now with the COVID? How's the business and everything?
I mean, bro, things is booming right now, man. It is absolutely booming. I'm busy as hell. Like. So my company is called Primerica that I'm working in. Yep, then I'm also because we don't do mortgages. So now I got into a mortgage company. So now I'm just like, I'm doing loans. I got my business blowing. I mean, it's just crazy. So I got to keep up with my agents that I got working with me. And now I got my mortgage thing booming, bro. I just thank God, man. I was actually working with the YMCA last year, and then I just made the move in February. And February is right when the COVID really started blowing up. So I was like, man, like me and my wife, we talked about it, we prayed about it, and I'm like, I think it's time for me to because I mean for me, every athlete want other athletes to kind of know what they know, and I was in a great position. At the YMCA, like I was a director, I was really the marketing, like I was marketing guy, but then I was more of the business development. So I would go out and talk to all the CEOs in the area about the YMCA to have them bring their employees and give us money. And it just, I like doing that, but I wanted to work with the kids. And then, our CEO left and I mean, he was like, he wanted me to be the CEO. And I'm like, I don't really want to because I don't really like our board because the board kind of dictates what you can and cannot do. And I'm like, I'm not, that's not I don't like being told what to do. So I said, I'm out. Then I jumped into the mortgages, man. And the mortgage game has been phenomenal. Like,
That's good.
I mean, it's booming. I mean, my Primerica business is booming. It's just been a God has been good, man. He moved me when he needs to move me, man. I'm telling you. It's
You
just
know, I'm
like,
be calling you soon to partner on some stuff, man. Like when I'm building this media company and doing this stuff, man. One of the things is like I always want to help athletes too, and ex-athletes and current athletes, and to put this together. But a lot of people are going to need financial stuff, and I know like you, Mo Leggett, and guys like that are in financials, right? And that's one of the biggest things is like to have guys. I want to put on retreats for players and things like that to have ex-players come in and show them like you do this, you do the financial.
You said it. So it's not to talk to the kid, not to talk to the players. It's to show them.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times? And this is why I love what I do, because I'm able to actually show people what I'm doing. Not, I don't care if I do it for you. This is how it changed my life.
Yeah.
Because again, if I was in the league making $400,000 a year, and I just didn't know. I mean, you can't tell me I'm 25 and making 400. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Like, you work for me. Shut up. Like, just young, dumb, and immature. So I didn't have anybody early enough to talk to me about everybody told me when you make it, make sure you save your money, but nobody actually showed me.
Yeah.
And my passion, man, is to show people how to do it. Like, look, I don't have to do it. Do it yourself. Let me get you licensed. You go do your own stuff. I don't need to do it. But again, if you're winning, I'm winning because I ain't got to worry about you coming to my crib.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about you bringing your crew and disrupting my family in some way. Might be my cousin, might be my uncle. You know what I'm saying? If you focus on saying, okay, and that's what happens, man. You get these young kids that nobody's teaching them how to do nothing. They get all this money, and it's like, what I'm gonna do with it? Like, I'm gonna do what I want, but no, that's not. I'm gonna show you how to put this money into place and let it just and let that money grow for you.
Like you said earlier, branding. Branding yourself. And I tell, I was one of the first guys on Twitter, and I wish I knew then, like I know now, about branding and different things. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I've already talked to guys that are active on social media. And I said, man, social media is not for you to just state your opinion. Everybody else can. Social media is for you to build your brand and solidify who you are and what you do. Right? So putting ex-athletes and putting business people in place to do retreats, to have athletes come in and learn and see it done. Right. And one, it could help your business, but two, the biggest thing that we're going to do is we're going to build a culture of athletes that are going to be branded and are going to have something hold that they will use for the rest of their life. Like you sign up for something that you're only going to play for a year, and if you're lucky, 10 years, if you're even luckier, 20 years, right? You can't play it longer. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you go, it's going to end.
Eventually.
So why not build it and why not brand it at an early age, or while you're in college, or while you're in, your first couple of years in the league, to then build something that will sustain you for the rest of your life. And it's not just throwing money out and say, well, I'm investing money, right? Learning how to be a business guy, learn how to really invest into you and get the most out of it.
Facts, bro. Like, I mean, don't you wish you had these conversations with the 15-year-old you? And you understood
I wouldn't listen.
That's what I'm saying. You understood it. Nobody would have listened. Like, but it's like, that's it. Like, how do we get that's the key. Like, if we can get them to listen, because you think what you just said, nobody believes. Yeah. Nobody believes they're not going to play for 20 years. You know what I mean? People think they're going to play for 3 years, but they're not even going to play for 3 years.
Yeah.
People think, again, we were fortunate. Like, I played for 10 years. Like, nobody does that.
Yeah, I got 14 in.
Nobody does that. Like, nobody does that. You know what I mean? You got to be special. And think about this. you are American, like especially playing in the CFL, playing American football, where there's limited spots, and you are an American, where they're going to bring in Americans just to compete with you.
Yep.
I mean,
180 Americans play every week. Think about that. 180.
Crazy. That's crazy.
You got to be one of 180.
You got to be one of
out
those
of the millions.
I mean, you think about the people that's on Twitter putting their videos up, working out. I'm like, damn, bro. Like I didn't even have to do all that. Like, and I don't know why I didn't have to do it, but I just thank God I didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what you saying, man, if we can, whatever that secret sauce is to get, and I think I don't know, I think it has to start at home.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. Like, you're talking to a 15-year-old. Once they're 25 and they haven't been talked to when they were 15 by their parents or by somebody that they truly trust.
Yeah.
It's the chances of getting them is gone. So you gotta it's hard work though. That's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I want to, but that's just work that I don't know if I want to do. Because
this is it's a process, but hopefully the young athletes that listen to this podcast,
right.
Even young people in general, I mean, it don't have to just be sports, but hopefully people can listen to this and understand it's not going to be easy, but you got to put something in it. You can't just go to the bank and deposit. I mean, go to the bank and withdraw money if you ain't never put it on deposit in there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And they don't realize. I mean, again, I don't know about you, but I didn't realize it. I didn't realize the work that I put in to get to where to get to the NFL, to get to college, to get to, you just don't realize. You just wake up and you're, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Because you forget about all that work that you put in. It's like, it's Saturday. It's game day today.
Yeah.
But those summers, like, I started realizing it in 2008. Like, damn, like, I'm going to bust my ass this summer and watch what it do for me for the rest of the time. Like, yep. I'm going to build those blocks, and I'm telling you, when I step on that field, they're going to be like, I'm like, they're going to say I'm the starter. Like, yep. the coaches ain't going to have a chance to choose, because I'm a separated. And if I get Nick Lewis talking about, damn, Avon out there getting it, I mean, if he's saying it, like, I mean, I got Jay Rich, I got SJ, I got AC,
K Watt,
Brad. They say like, damn, Avon, I don't know what's into him. So if they saying it in their meeting rooms and then they say it in our team meeting room, I ain't gotta say nothing.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The coaches, they can't cut me. Like, the coaches can't, because I'm killing it right now. Yeah. Like, I'm killing, like, and that's how I branded myself. Like, my first year, I was on special teams. They was like, who is this six? I'm like, this guy is running all over the place. He is. I'm like, that's me, coach. You know what I'm saying? And then I get, because I'm a rookie in the league, but I mean, I've been to the NFL and all that, but they're like, who is six? Like, my goal, and if the little kids, and this is a long ass podcast, you better cut this.
No, they're gonna listen because it's all good.
So kids, if there's anything that I can give you some knowledge on as you're trying to develop yourself into the player you want to be, when it goes down to the field, when it's coming down, putting, eye in the sky, you want to make sure that you show up every day. And again, I wasn't Nick Lewis. Nick Lewis had to show up, and he was Nick Lewis. Like, I had a grind for me. Like, I had to grind it. Even though I was a star in my own mind, it was like, okay, I got to grind. So when I played special teams, my goal was like, I prayed and went to sleep and said, look, all I want to do tomorrow is to show up in a positive way on film. Every day, show up on film. Every day, make them coaches say, whoa, who is this? That's I'm telling you, that right there is going to separate you from everybody else. And again, I mean, it has to be consistency, but then you got to have that flash to say, boom, who is this kid?
Yeah.
You just got to have that. You got to have that be consistent, do right things right, but then show that flash. Like, I had flashes. Like, they were like, damn, like, on special teams, I was punt returning, kick returning, field goal returning, on the field goal team, on the kickoff team. And then I was like, whatever else you want me to do. And I mean, from having all those opportunities, I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna show up. Like, and then they're like, well, who is this guy? Like, who is this guy? Like, damn, this guy, I can't cut him. You can't, because I'm balling. And now everybody else talking like, damn, this cat is, he hungry. And that's what kids, that's what you gotta separate yourself on film every day. Show up every day.
You got to compete every day. One last question.
Yeah.
What do you do now to get your competition feel in? Is there anything you do to fill that competition void?
Bro, that's the hardest thing for me to do right now is to compete. Like, it's hard for me to compete. So right now I compete with my wife. Like we work out in the mornings. And I'm fat right now, man. Like 6-pack gone. We work out in the mornings every morning, and you know, when we work out, like, she be killing me in these workouts, bro. Like, I don't know how she does it. I mean, 4 kids, and she's still like moving around. Like, I compete like that. That's the I wake up, and that's like the first. I got to get that competition in.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like you know, I compete when I compete against her, but it's really, I don't really care about what she do. It's like, for me today, I don't want to stop. Like, I don't want to put my feet down during abs, or I don't want to stop the workout. I want to continue to work out the whole way. So, you know, so I compete with myself that way, to saying, okay, when I work out, today I'm not gonna stop, or today I'm not gonna put my feet down in abs, or that's the first way I do it. I know my internet's acting crazy right now. Did I lose you?
Probably no, you good. You good. I heard it. I heard it all, man. No, that's awesome.
So that's the first way I compete. The second way I compete is in business. It's a lot tougher in business, man, than I thought it would be for me, because, you know, I'm trying to develop the passion for it. You know what I mean? Let me rephrase that.
You're not as passionate about it because it's new, and it's a way, it's a means to what you need to do, and it's not the life goal that you had, right?
Right. So
I understand that 100%.
So the football thing was like, it was like, I just wake up and do it. You didn't have to tell me to work out, because that's just what you do. Like, you just work out. Like, it's like, you don't have to tell me to do that. But with this business thing, it's like, damn, I got to make these 6 phone calls. Damn, I got to call these clients back. And I compete with myself just by, you know, and I don't want to do it. Like, I just don't want to do it. So I compete with myself in that way, saying, look, I'm going to call these 6 clients. And it's hard as hell to call 6 people. I don't know why, but
it is.
You try to call 6 people. You're like, all right, let me check my Twitter. Let me check my like, oh, let me see what this guy's saying. Let me watch a YouTube video. Like, just call 6 people and get it over with. Like, that's the hardest thing for me to do, man, is to call my clients, because one, they probably not going to do what I want them to do. And it's so hard, man. It's harder for me than I ever thought it would be. Yeah. But that's just a grind for me right now that I got to get over, man. But that's how I compete. That's a great question, man. I mean, my wife, I try to compete with her with everything. Like, I try to win every talking competition. Like, I mean, it's terrible. It's stupid, because
you start an argument just to try to win it.
just to try to win it. Like, she's like, because we were talking today, and just off the subject, but so there was a she was listening to something on like her, she was putting something together, listening to something on her Facebook, and it was a Down syndrome couple that opened up a shop or something. They opened up something, and they said, and this is just me being competitive, just trying to win. Like, she's like, so they opened up something, and then the couple was like, I want to hire people just like me. And I was like, so what if a white person said that, or what if a black person said that? Would that be? And I'm just competing with her just to compete. Like, if a black person said, I just want to hire people just like me, I mean, it'd be lawsuits all over the place. But why are they able to do that? Just to compete, just to be able to, you know what I mean, go back and forth with her. She's like, you're very controversial. I'm like, no, but I just asked a question. You know what I'm saying? I just posed a question. Like, if I said that I only want to hire people who look like me, then, you know, people be like, oh, no, Avon he's a racist. Like, no, isn't that discrimination if they only want to hire people that look like them? Like, but again, that's how I compete, bro. I just do dumb stuff sometimes. I start up arguments for no reason at all. Because I mean, again,
that's good.
You know, I like to talk, so it's like I gotta get. Normally it's the women that has to get their 10,000 words, and we might say 1,000 words. Me, I'm like, I'm gonna get about 20,000. I need to get all my words out today, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I appreciate this, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming on, man. I appreciate you for coming on and sharing your knowledge, sharing your story with everyone, man. That's awesome. I'm proud of like I said earlier, man, I'm proud of what you do, what you did, and to continue it on and continue to be successful. Continue to live in West Virginia is, I've never been there, but maybe I'll come down there sometime and, shoot some hogs with you or something.
Come get some what?
Shoot some hogs with you.
Oh, I don't do none of that.
I trained one kid that went to West Virginia when he was in high school.
Okay.
Skylar Howard.
Skylar, the quarterback.
Yeah. I trained him when he was a junior in high school, senior high school.
Skylar, yeah. He's
Skylar's
kind
a great athlete. Yeah.
He's kind of our misfit quarterback. But he's like number 3 all time. Like,
yeah.
Nobody expected him to do anything, and he's a grinder, man. He's a grinder, and he is West Virginia football.
He went to Stephen F. Austin.
Mm-hmm.
The head coach says you're never going to play college football as a quarterback. His dad calls me. He's like, man, I thought you said he could play college football as a quarterback. I said he can. He goes, the coach is down there trying to move him to running back. I said, well, we'll move him up out of there. So then he goes out to California Riverside. Starting quarterback gets hurt. He finishes like number 1 or 2 in JUCO. And then the next year, offered full ride to West Virginia. Goes, Trickett gets hurt with the concussion, retires, and he becomes the starter for 3 years. Like, you talk about a hell of a story, right?
And balls.
Somebody can say you can't play. College coach said you'll never play college quarterback, and you were a top 10 in the nation college quarterback.
Right.
Come on, man.
He's a winner, man. Like, you can't, again, man, he wasn't the right size. He didn't have the right arm. But you cannot coach that heart, man. Like, if it's in you, if you determine to get it done, there's nobody going to stop you from doing it.
Nobody.
Skylar, again, he's a misfit because he doesn't fit the build of what, but he won. Like, I was on a podcast a couple years ago, and the dude loves Skylar because he won. Like, he just won. Like, regardless of what you said, he won. Like, 9 games. I mean, there aren't very many quarterbacks winning 9 games.
Nope.
I mean, and the great ones we had didn't even win 9 games. So he was a winner.
Back MVP in the Tokyo League right now, I think. Tokyo or Japan. Yeah.
Balling
he turned down the CFL to go over there, man. He's making some good money, and he's doing well. So, but, man, I don't want to keep you on any longer. I know you're busy. I appreciate you, brother, for coming on. Any last words? How can people get a hold of you? Or if they need some finances done, how can they get a hold of you on the Primerica thing?
So Primerica, man, if you want to get a hold of me and you're looking to do something different, and again, I'm not looking for people. I'm looking for trainers. I'm looking for people I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for people that want to train people to win. Call my cell phone, 609-743-4202. If you email me, I'm probably not going to get it because I don't check my email. Call me. Like, you get instant access. I got this with me 100% of the time. Like, let's do something. You know what I mean? Let's do something. Let's build something big. Like, that's all. I mean, again, DJ Khaled, man. You give me back to when we used to play, bro. Like, all I do is win, man. That's just in me. And all I want to do is win. I mean, so, and then on the mortgage side, give me a call. I mean, right now I can refinance. I can purchase you a house or help you purchase a house. And again, if I can't do it, again, I'm going to find a way to get it done for you. If I can't do it, I know some people that got some different things that allow you to win. So, I mean, I want to see people win. I want to see people have success. I want to see people find their passion, man, and do it in a stress-free way.
Yeah.
And again, for me, man, all I want to do is help as many people as I can get what they want.
Bless. Yes, sir.
100, man. 100.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. I love you, brother. I love,
you
man.
Too.
I didn't get a chance to big you up, bro. You was an absolute dog. Oh, my God, I love to watch you play. I was like, this fat dude is killing everybody. I'm like, how are we letting this fat dude? I mean, this before I got to know you. You know what I mean? Because I'm watching film against everybody else. And I'm like, this cat is killing these dudes. Like, he don't even seem fast, and he is just getting open. Bro, you was a savage. Like, I mean, Hall of Fame, no doubt it's on his way, bro. Like, what you did, bro, is phenomenal. Like, I mean, I know people bigging you up. I never got a chance to really big you up because, I mean, we never really kicked it like that. Yeah. But at the same time, bro, like, I enjoy watching you. You play like me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love. Like, John White, I love watching John White because he played like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just went to hit people in the mouth. Like, I will never forget. So that the two plays that you did that I will never forget ever in my life. And I was on the field both times. First one was the Estelle play. I mean, y'all was killing us. And I mean, we had a chance, but y'all it was just that game, we weren't gonna win that game. Like, yeah. I mean, I had Clay Brooks was guarding me on one play, and I dropped a pass, and I probably could have scored a touchdown on him. Like, I mean, you ran him over, bro. That was like the one play that I was like, this cat is the trillest. And then I go to Hamilton. And you already know what I'm about to tell you. Go to Hamilton. Peach had his hand on the ground.
He was talking trash.
I've never seen anybody like this off of the line. You had him like this, and his head hit first. Bam! Bro, that might have been like you know how Randy Moss had you got Moss? Yeah. He'd be like, hey, you got Nick Lewis, bro. I'm going Nick Lewis you. Like, bro, that to me was like, again, because our talent, what we do with the ball is what we do when we don't have the ball. That's what I look for. I look for people that do stuff when they don't have the ball. And, bro, you was a dog. I love watching you, man.
Appreciate it.
I hated Calgary, though. I hated Calgary.
And just know, Greg Peach talked trash to play before. He said, you can't block me, man, up. One-on-one, you could never block me because I came in and I was just helping the tackle out. And he was like, one-on-one, you could never block me. I said, really? They called that play the next play. Well, I had a slot block. All right. There she go. Hey.
I said, oh, my God, bro.
All I did for the rest of my career was get within 2 feet of a defensive end.
And they stopped.
They wouldn't even rush. It was just – my job was done from then on.
Hey, bro, you killed – that was 2 plays that I would never, ever forget in my life that – dudes, but – I mean, when you did that to Estelle, that just made me feel really, really good about myself, even though I didn't do it. I just hated him because he didn't work as hard as I needed him to all the time. But then that Greg Peach, bro, I was like, this cat is a dog. Like, I would love to play with him. Like, we would just, I mean, if we were on the same team together, bro, it would have been like.
It'd been a lot of fun. Yeah, they tell you it's done. They tell you can't do no more. Quit talking.
Yeah.
But there you go. Back to work. I appreciate you taking this 2 hours to do this podcast with me, man. This has been an awesome 2 hours, man. This is why I love doing it. Sharing the platform and you guys that have worked so hard and, so many gems that you left for so many young people and even older people. Like, it's never too late to do what you want to do and find that passion and, hey, let's get it done. So appreciate you one more time, man. Thank you. Thank your wife for allowing you to do this, man. And
she brought the baby in. I thought she was going to drop him off to me, but she did. She kept it moving. I was like, oh, okay, good. But no, man, I love you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep giving this voice for these people that want to learn more, want to know more, man. I appreciate you, fam. Like, I appreciate what you're doing. And again, man, some people I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like I'll tell them one, yeah, like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. But you, man, I had to, fam. I had to do it for you. I appreciate you even giving me the opportunity to express that to your fans, to your podcast listeners, man. I appreciate you. God bless you and your family, man. Stay safe in this COVID, man.
Yes, sir. You as well.
And come out of this thing with a plan, man. Like bulletproof. Let's be bulletproof. My goal is to bulletproof when I come out of here, and I'm damn near to the point where I'm almost bulletproof, fam. Like, you got to be bulletproof coming out of this, and you know, I've been working. I mean, working from home is tough because, you know, you get your kids busting through the doors, but you know, it reignited that grind that I had. Like, I'm working from 7 to about 12, and then I'll take my lunch and then watch the baby for a little bit. Then I go from, you know, 1 to 6, you know, eat dinner, put my babies to sleep around 7 or 8, spend an hour with my wife. Then I'm back down here from 9 to like 2:30 in the morning, like just grinding, bro. Like, bro.
This is where wealth changes hands is here. Either you're going to position yourself to create the wealth in your life and your family, or the banks are going to do it, or the rich are going to do it. Like, while people are scared, this is when the money's made,
bro.
Right here. If you don't position now.
That's it, man. When people scared to do stuff, that's how people make money, because everything is cheap, everything is on sale. Let's buy it. They don't realize it's a sale right now.
Yeah.
Give yourself the win, man. And I'm trying to get bulletproof. Not trying to get. I don't try to do anything. I'm getting bulletproof right now. During this process, and bro, anything I could do for you, don't hesitate. Don't ever hesitate to say, hey, man, look, I got this going on, bro. I mean, there's certain people like that's a dog that, I mean, I just got to give my ear to. There's certain things. I mean, certain qualities you want to surround you. Like, you know, you got a mastermind group.
You invest in people.
Well, you know what I mean? And when I played in the CFL, you was part of my mastermind group. We ain't never had a conversation, but I always looked at your game, and I was like, yeah, okay, I hear you, Nick. I gotta go smack. Okay, if you did it, I'm gonna do it. Like, so you know, I had a mastermind group that I've always had, that I've always, you know, looked at, you know, to model my game after, and you was one of those people, man, and again, you was just a dog, man, and I love that. I love a dog. Like, you know, Jay Rich is my other one. Like, Jay Rich is just a complete animal. Like, he come from that same gutter that I do, and you know what I mean. We was clicking on every cylinder. Like, look, you know what I mean. When he was like, hey, you trash right now. I'm like, damn, like keep it 100 with me. And I'm like, oh, let me go to work. Let me go do it. But look, man, I appreciate you, fam. I love you, man. Love your family.
You too, bro.
You guys be blessed. Anything I could do, let me know, fam. All right?
Indeed. Be easy.